Oh, that's probably it right there. Hello? Let's see if that's. Oh, that's probably it right there. Hello? Okay, that's it. Oh, that's probably it right there. Hello? Okay, that's it. Oh, that's probably it right there. I am so loud. Oh my goodness. I'm extremely loud. Hi. I haven't been here in a while. You're absolutely right. Where in the world have you been? Yeah, I've been here and there. I've been working a lot. Well, good morning. I cannot hear you. Yeah, I just got the microphone to work. This is your expertise, Dookie. So you can help me with this. So you can I know you're not gonna come on. So you can just type in the chat. What I'm gonna do is just gonna do my experience online. Hopefully I can get some help while I'm doing my looking around for some residential land. So that's why I'm doing it live. I want to kind of get some input from people who have expertise, as yourself, such as yourself, Mr. Dookie Badass. Um, yeah, so if you have any thoughts on, you know, not necessarily what is a good area, but what I should, oh Lord, let me turn off this music. But what I should look for when I'm actually looking for or searching for the actual residential land. So this is my whole purpose to hopefully, just to put some videos out of the land and, you know, maybe speaking with the, oh, the, just speaking with different people about the property and just getting some ideas of, what to look for, what I should and should not do. What are some, what are some options? So what it is that we're looking to build a home on some we're looking for an area to build a new home. And in the process, I want to purchase my son some residential land, at least maybe 5 to 10 acres. I found a place with 10 acres and it's in Georgia. So I found a place in Georgia, 10 acres, and this for $80,000, which I don't think is bad. It's raw and it's like on there it's in a rural area. So and the city that it's in is a developing city. It's not already developed. It's actually developing. So I think that if I purchase the land here in this area for him, then it will be a while before they start building up in this area. So hopefully this would be an area if he wanted to build his home, he can build a home, or if he wanted to sell the property or, do business with this land, he could. So, but yeah, I found 10 acres for him. Whether I'm gonna purchase it or not, I have to go and look at this particular land. I have been looking at some land. What I really was considering for my husband and I when we build our home, we want something like waterfront. I don't want a river. I don't want to build a home along a river because I'm afraid of I'm afraid of flooding, but I was I would prefer like lakes. And I know sometimes lakes could, you can get some flooding with lakes too, depending on if the area has a dam or not. That can cause a lake to flood, I'm assuming. But Andrea Tate, you should ask him for advice. Yeah, Andrew Tate. Maybe I can. Tommy Sotomayor. Oh, he did. I didn't know he bought land in Tommy Sotomayor bought land in Georgia and Arizona. I didn't know that. But anyway, but my whole thing is that we would like to build on waterfront for our home. But I know there's pros and cons to that, and I would just like to get some feedback. This is one site. The thing is, when you're looking for waterfront property, when you're looking for land for waterfront property, it's a little more expensive, and they don't give you as much acreage. I do not want to be. I want at least 3 to 5 acres of land if I'm going to do waterfront. If it's in a rural area, about 10 acres will be good for me. But 10 to 15 acres would be good. I don't want a whole lot of acreage. Um, my whole idea, if we did the rural area, I would like to have maybe like some chickens and some do a little, not necessarily farming, but have a large garden and um get some pecan trees. When I was growing up, my great grandmother had a huge pecan tree in her backyard, and every time I would go over to her house, I would go over there with my father. And whenever we would go over there, we would pick pecans and eat pecans, and she would sometimes make a pecan pie. But and also I wanted to grow some trees and like fruit trees, like maybe apples or peaches or whatever. So that's my whole idea of getting a lot of acreage and just have that to have privacy, because I think where we are right now, we're just really close up on other people, and I don't like being really close up on my neighbors. So this is my whole point of looking for residential land with some acreage. So yeah. Um so this I just wanted to do some videos because I'm supposed to go take a look at some land, some residential land. And I saw some land out by a lake. And the thing is, they only offer like maybe an acre and a half. And I don't know, I guess that's quite a bit of acreage. But the thing is, it seems like most of the land is in the front yard versus the backyard. And then, well, a lot of the cleared acreage is in the front yard. And then you go to the backyard, you don't get that much cleared acreage. It comes with trees, and that's part of your acreage too. And I just don't, I don't want a bunch of trees and stuff. I want to actually use that land for doing stuff like for a garden or having some wildlife or whatever, and have the pets and everything out there too. Um, so that is what I'm looking for. And then the land that I've seen so far, the one that's just like an acre and a half, it's out by the lake. And oh yeah, this is it. There's a landmine that's not too far away. It's actually quite a distance away. It's just that during certain times you can actually smell it. This is not a good idea. You can actually smell it if you go at the right time and there's good, the right wind blows or whatever, you can actually smell the filth from the landmine. So I don't know if it depends on what part of the lake what area that you actually live on. That is that is a concern. But yeah, the whole purpose of this video is to just start documenting, looking at different properties. So we're supposed to go look at some more property this weekend and then next weekend. And I just want to get a documentation, and I just want to maybe throw some ideas out there and see what other people may think that has experience with looking for um, residential land to build homes on. So, yeah, that is pretty much it. And I will just record my journey as I go through and look for some residential land, and just show what's actually out there. I was looking in, I can tell you all where I was looking. I was looking in Georgia in some areas. I primarily want to go to like the Augusta area. That's more like North Augusta, where you have like not Statesboro, where you have it's closer to the South Carolina border, like with the Aiken, South Carolina, and then you have like Grovetown area and Martinez. Martinez has really good farmland and they have ponds out there. So I think that would be a good idea. And I actually had some offers in that area, but this is just a really difficult task. So that's why I'm actually on here trying to figure out what it is that I'm going to do. So, yeah. This is just the documentation. I've been looking on YouTube, looking at different sites and getting so many great ideas about purchasing land. So I just want to see if there was any other ideas, any other advice for what to do when you're out there purchasing land. I've also been looking at websites like you have what is it called? Treasury.com. Yeah, that's just more for yeah, okay. I'm a zonk that. Never mind. That wasn't really a good site. But I've been looking at other sites where they can do like auctions. You can have auctions and you can buy land through auctions, but sometimes that's kind of tricky because I guess with any piece of property you buy it as is, but I don't know. I don't trust it sometimes just because there may be an issue. I think with heirs, so I rather go through a company like um, a realtor or a seller, and I rather go through one of them to actually get it done versus doing the auction thing. Because with the auction, a lot of people are losing their property because they did not pay taxes. Um, and the state, not the state or the city has seized the property because they haven't paid the taxes. And you can really get it at an inexpensive price. Uh, yeah, I don't know about that. I have to get more information about that. I'm kind of inexperienced with this. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I am doing. I am going to go through and I am going to just pretty much document on here searching for residential land. And I am looking for something. Maybe it can be on a lake, but maybe it can have a little pond in the area and no rivers. I don't do close to creeks or anything just because I'm afraid of flooding, the issue of flooding. Um, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm working on right now. And some maybe rural areas. I think I've already found a rural area for like with 10 acres for $80,000 in a developing area. And oh, that's the thing. My whole thing is like if I find some land, should I finance it or should I just pay for it up in cash? So that's one thing that I'm considering. My whole thing is with cash is that I do not like people tell me to use other people's money. So I do not like paying for stuff, ex- large items with cash, just because that's my money that I've worked hard for. So if I could find a really low interest rate to finance it, I would finance it and just maybe pay it off in a shorter time, maybe in a year or two, versus just giving them a lump sum of my money that I've worked hard for. So, or maybe just go half and half. So, if you have any great ideas about how should you just pay it in cash or finance, just let me know. A lot of the times with these auctions, though, when you do the auctions, they require that you do pay in cash. But I don't think I would go the auction route. I think I just want to go out there, and I've been looking online at different sites, and I've been getting some ideas from different realtors or not necessarily realtors, realtor companies. I've been getting ideas from them about where to really get some good land. The thing is that I was considering because I want to like because the job. Nah, no, I'm not going to tell you about my job, but well, it's the job that I work for. I can transfer to like many different places, and one area that I really wanted to transfer to was the Savannah area, Savannah, Georgia. And I was looking for like the outskirts of Savannah, like maybe like Statesboro area. And so last year I was looking at the Statesboro area. I was looking for residential land out there. And I actually found a lot of inexpensive land. Like you can get my like maybe 10 acres for like 70,000, $80,000, or maybe 100,000 or whatever. Maybe close to like $100,000. So I looked out there and I said, "Oh my goodness, all this." They had a lot of land for sale out there in the Statesboro area, and that was just like the fall of last year. And so when I looked again, like towards the end of last year, beginning of this year, most of that land was purchased. So I was trying to figure out. Well, the realtor had told me the reason why the land is being purchased up in that area so quickly is because they're bringing like some manufacturing company to that area. And so people are moving there, people are relocating to that area. And I guess they're just buying up all the land in that surrounding area. And that includes, like, I don't know if you're familiar with Georgia, but you have the Savannah area, you have like areas like Pooler, but Pooler is more developed. You're not really going to find any available land there unless you pay like $100,000 for 1 acre of land, and I think that's just ridiculous. But even in the Richmond Hill area, um, the Richmond Hill, Pooler, what other areas do they have there? I'm trying to think off just off the top of the dome. Um, Statesboro, a lot of that land is gone. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the areas I was looking into, and because they had lots of residential and farmland too in that area. Yeah, so I guess you just have to, when you see something you like, you have to really go for it. I saw some land. It was maybe like 12 or so acres in like you go a little further down. It's like in the Glenn County area. And it was like maybe $110,000. And so I was asking the seller or the realtor about that piece of land, and then all of a sudden it was sold. So yeah, so I think if I see something, I'm just gonna go for it. But I'm scared to do that because I don't want to purchase land that's I'm not gonna use, or that's not gonna be a good choice. So, but I do know in those areas they have really bought up a lot of land, and it's just because there's some type of factory coming in. I think it's like a car factory or something that's coming up in the Savannah area. I can't quite remember, but so I was looking in like the Augusta area, the Aiken, South Carolina area. Let's see if I can find some residential land there. And believe it or not, in the Aikens area, Aiken, South Carolina, they have lots of residential land for sale, lots, and it's inexpensive. And with South Carolina, they don't have the state tax. And I know here in Georgia, the property tax is a little bit cheaper than in some areas. So I'm really debating, what should I do? So I have to go look at some land around in those areas. But again, I'm very weary about living really close to like major rivers because in the Augusta area you have the Savannah River. So yeah, and, and I'm not too I don't want to deal with flooding, but they have some really nice properties in that area that are lakeside. They let you out of prison after what you did to those Asian children. What the hell did I do to some Asian children? Black Share Bomb, you on that stuff. What are you talking about? what you did to those Asian children. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. And I have never been to prison, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about there. But yeah, so that is my whole point of this video, and I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start recording just so I can get some ideas. I just want a flow of ideas to come in, and I'm just gonna keep checking YouTube for other ideas and just checking with other people about buying this residential land, because my main concern is that getting it for my son. Now I told my son, like, do you want us to buy you the residential land now, or do you want to get the money and you buy it yourself for later? And then of course he told me he would buy it for later, so he wanted the money. And I'm not, I probably shouldn't ask him that question, because I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and buy the land for him in a decent area. And if he want to use it and smoke it up, crack it out or whatever, that's on him. But he can never say that we did not try. What is he saying? The Asian hate crime. Oh my goodness. What are you talking about? Anyway, let me get ready to go. Started with this mess. I want to hear some Asian hate crime. Yeah, so yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna purchase the property, and then we're gonna look for the piece of property that we want to build our final house on, and call that our forever home, where we would, not move again, hopefully. And this will be it for us. Okay. So, anyone have any comments besides talking about some damn Asian hate crime and saying I've been in prison? No, I didn't think so. So I think I'm gonna change the name on this channel, and like change who I cater it to. So then, maybe I can get some ideas from other places that are a little more serious and not coming on here talking about no hate crime. Dookie Badass said this was his expertise, but I don't see any ideas coming from him. And if you're not familiar with the Georgia area, so you may not have ideas, but that's where I am looking to purchase the land in the Georgia area. What is this? Change the name to change the name to Trap House with JB. That sounds like a good name. I may do that. Yeah. Okay. I may do that. But anyway, let me get ready to go. Yeah, so that is just it. So this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to do. And I want to go through the journey of actually building our actual new home. And I say my because this is going to be my project, because I'm going to be the one who say, hey, I want this and I want that the way it is, and I want this the way it is, without, other people whispering in my ears, no, I want this and I want that. No, it's going to be this way. This is how I want it. I've got the vision for it, and it's going to be how I want it. So this is what I'm going to do. So this is what I'm working on, and this is what I'm going to do. And hey, maybe some of you can come along and, give me some ideas or see what I'm doing, and maybe you get some ideas from me. So hopefully, this will be a good experience for me. And I want to talk a lot about the whole financing process. I don't want to necessarily finance the whole thing, but I don't like giving up my money. I like using other people's money. I don't like using my money per se. So what if I say, okay, I found a house, let me pay in this like maybe $400,000. So I'm gonna pay like maybe 200,000 or whatever. What if something happens, like there's an emergency or something? Now I'm out of $200,000 that can go towards an emergency. I think the same way about when I purchase vehicles too. Some people say, well, buy the vehicle outright. Just put a big down payment, buy the thing outright. And I don't know, JB is a national hero. Z's. Okay, go to sleep. Um, so buy the thing outright, but I do not see myself, if I can get a low interest rate, I don't see myself taking my money and buying it outright, because what if an emergency comes up? Now I'm out of that money. Huh? When I can just finance it and just pay extra if I wanted to, if I wanted to pay it off earlier. I can just put extra down on it. Boom, 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 versus saying, hey, just depleting my bank account, or not depleting it, but just taking a large sum out of it. Or what if something happens and I want to sell my house, or cars depreciate, or, you know, then I feel as though I'm out of money still. I don't know if I take it directly out and I pay cash. I don't know. I think I need to just use. JB's gone back out. Mike Mills exit. Oh, I'll buy Mike. It's a Mike Mills. Is that the guy that he has like the big lips and his? I mean, because he's coming over here making negative comments to me. So is that the guy with the big lips and like his top lip goes up towards? I'm not going to do the negativity. I'm not going to do negativity. I'm going to focus on good things. But that's the guy who like top lip goes up to his nose and pretty much touches like the bridge of his nose. And that's the one they call the monkey. I remember him vividly because he's the one that has the hips like a woman, got like a big booty like a woman, and wide hips like he need a girdle. Oh, that Mike Mills. Okay. All right. Well, I'm out. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'll see you when I start recording. If I remember to do it, I record my when I go talk to these people about looking at some property, and I go actually look at the property. So peace. That's him. Knocked him out. My avatar. Okay. Deuces. And you're the best thing, yeah, to ever come into my life.